When it comes to flagship cameras, Sony has always followed a carefully calculated playbook. The leaks surrounding the Sony A7RVI are no exception, but there's a crucial detail being widely overlooked. While most conversations focus on megapixel counts, AI autofocus improvements, and 8K video capabilities, the real story goes much deeper. Understanding it requires looking beyond the headlines and examining how Sony engineers trade-offs, release timing, and pricing strategies around their high-resolution line. Today, we'll break down everything we know about the Sony A7RVI, and why photographers should think carefully before jumping in. The first thing everyone notices in the leaks is the sensor. The Sony A7RVI is expected to feature a massive resolution jump, somewhere in the 80 to 100 megapixel range. That alone would make it a major contender in the high-resolution market, especially for landscape, studio, and commercial photographers. Early sources suggest this sensor may utilize a back-illuminated or partially stacked design, providing improved dynamic range and better low-light performance compared to the A7RVI for landscape photographers. This means larger prints with impeccable detail. For studio and commercial shooters, it offers more room for cropping without sacrificing image quality. In theory, this could reduce the need for medium-format cameras in many professional scenarios. However, the high-resolution sensor introduces a significant trade-off. To maintain functional burst rates and manage enormous file sizes, the Sony A7RVI will require a next-generation processing engine. Without this, photographers could experience slower shooting than the A7RVI, despite the newer technology inside. Imagine photographing wildlife at 90 megapixels and hitting a buffer limit faster than the A7RVI at 61 megapixels, an ironic situation, but a realistic one. Sony's solution, according to leaks, involves optimized readout speeds and enhanced processing. This should allow better burst performance in high-resolution modes, minimize rolling shutter effects, and maintain image fidelity. But it's conditional. Sustained high-speed performance may rely on compressed RAW formats, moderate burst lengths, and controlled thermal environments, rather than continuous heavy shooting in extreme conditions. Autofocus improvements are another key aspect of the Sony A7RVI. Leaks indicate enhanced AI-driven autofocus, promising deeper subject recognition and improved tracking in complex scenes. On paper, this sounds remarkable, particularly for wedding or event photographers managing multiple moving subjects in challenging lighting. But the underlying hardware has limits. Even with A7RVI-level AI autofocus, high-resolution files already stress the processor, occasionally causing hunting or lag in real-time tracking. Adding 20 to 40 more megapixels intensifies that challenge. The AI enhancements are real, but they cannot entirely compensate for processing constraints. Photographers should consider this when evaluating the camera's real-world performance, particularly for fast-paced shooting scenarios. Video capabilities are also a highlight in the leaks. The Sony A7RVI is expected to support 8K recording, potentially with improved heat management and cropping options for hybrid shooters. This represents a significant push for photographers and videographers looking to combine stills and video in one body. Yet history gives reason for caution. The A7RVI already struggled with heat during extended 4K recording sessions, often shutting down after 20 minutes under normal shooting conditions. Earlier models were even more restrictive, triggering temperature warnings during routine shoots. While leaks hint at better thermal management in the A7RVI, the word potentially signals that this improvement may not be fully proven until hands-on testing. Professionals relying on extended video performance should take this into account. Price is another revealing detail. Leaks suggest the Sony A7RVI will launch between $3,999 and $4,499 in the US, with European pricing around €4,500 including VAT. For comparison, the A7RVI debuted at roughly €3,900. This places the new model $500, $600 higher, even while the A7RVI remains on the market. Insider sources indicate Sony is planning a strategic price adjustment, dropping the A7RVI's price significantly at the time of the A7RVI launch to incentivize upgraders. For many photographers, this means the existing A7RVI becomes an extremely attractive option, especially for those who do not require the additional resolution immediately. It's clear that Sony sees its competition not in other brands like Canon or Nikon, but in its own prior models. The A7RVI is aimed at driving upgrades among current users while carefully managing market dynamics. The leaks also reveal another overlooked, yet crucial detail: the release timeline. Contrary to expectations, the Sony A7RVI is not launching in early 2026. Exclusive sources suggest an announcement toward the end of 2026, with shipping potentially beginning in early 2027. Sony appears to be taking a patient approach, ensuring that the camera is fully matured before hitting the market. Prototypes are reportedly in advanced testing, but final refinements are necessary before a public release. This strategy highlights Sony's confidence in the A7RV's longevity. The company knows that most current A7RV owners will not rush to upgrade, as the practical differences in real-world shooting are subtle for anything less than very large prints or specialized commercial work. This long delay also underscores Sony's approach to market pacing. They are deliberately stretching the life cycle of the A7RV while generating anticipation for the A7RVI. Photographers waiting for the next iteration will need patience. The A7RVI will not solve all existing issues immediately, and early adopters may find themselves managing minor firmware updates or unforeseen quirks, as was the case with the A7RV. The first units of that model required several months of updates to stabilize autofocus reliability. Early buyers of the A7RVI may experience a similar adjustment period, particularly when pushing the camera to its limits with 90 to 100 megapixel files and 8K video recording. When considering the broader picture, the Sony A7RVI is not just about megapixels or AI autofocus, it's about how Sony positions itself in the high-resolution market. By delaying the release and pricing the new model above its predecessor, Sony is signaling a focus on measured, professional-grade upgrades rather than a rush to beat competitors. This approach benefits both the company and users who value stability and reliability over mere specs. It also allows Sony to phase out the A7RV more effectively, encouraging upgrades without creating market confusion. Thermal management and processing remain the areas to watch. While the leaks suggest improvements, photographers will need to verify real-world performance. Shooting at maximum resolution and recording extended 8K video will inevitably generate heat and stress the processor. The camera may perform exceptionally well in controlled environments, studio shoots, landscape photography in moderate temperatures, or commercial work with planned breaks, but extended outdoor use in direct sunlight could still test the system. Understanding these limitations is critical for anyone planning to invest $4,000 $5,000 in a single camera body. For those evaluating whether to wait for the A7RVI or purchase the A7RV, the decision is nuanced. The current model remains extremely capable, particularly given the anticipated price drop. Photographers who require immediate high-resolution performance, reliable autofocus, or established video functionality may find that the A7RV meets their needs, often at a significantly lower cost. Waiting for the A7RVI promises incremental improvements in resolution, AI-assisted tracking, and possibly 8K video, but these come at a premium and a delayed timeline. Ultimately, the A7RVI is shaping up to be a high-end tool for professionals who want cutting-edge resolution, but it is not a radical reinvention. It is a refinement, an evolution, and a careful balancing act between performance, reliability, and timing. Those who wait may benefit from improved functionality and software maturity, while those who upgrade early should be prepared for typical first-generation quirks. Understanding these trade-offs is key to making an informed decision in the evolving world of high-resolution mirrorless cameras.